Okay, hello, this is Wmpyr here to talk about Sumbrada and Balintawak based off of a comment that I received 10 hours ago. So, first of all, I just want to explain that from my eyes, the Sumbrada, which is a partner drill, and in Balintawak, they also famous for practicing partner drill. In my eyes, it's basically the same. Yeah, the main difference is distance. Balintawak is much, much closer, and Sumbrada is further away. But they are both partner drills, and to me, it's basically the same idea. It's like a attack and defend partner drill. That's what you're doing. Okay. So I just want to make that clear. So in my eyes, let me just call it Sumbrada, all right? And I'm gonna when I say Sumbrada, I'm really referring to both Sumbrada and the Balintawak partner drills, all right? And before I said I have some problems with it, okay? And the problem is uh, I feel that we don't understand how to apply this in real life. Okay. And the reason for that, I believe, is that there's some serious information lost. This is just my opinion. So, historically, there's been some big lack of information. Okay, so that's number one. And then I think number two is that we don't understand the context of really how to use this, because we are focusing too much on just doing the drill and hoping that you look good doing it. So it's really turned into like this social media popularity thing. You know, how cool can I look? Let me post it on Instagram without understanding actual application. All right. And to me that's a darn shame. And that's the biggest problem I have with Sumbrada, is that the way that we are practicing it today is turned into this popularity thing. How cool do I look? So I want to focus on how do we use this? How can we use this in real life? That is what's important to me. Therefore, in order to solve that, in order to figure out how to use this for real, you have to evolve it. That was the answer that I gave you guys. This needs to be evolved. And, I said that it needs to be evolved because we don't know how to apply it anymore, and information has been lost. Okay. And the sad thing about that is people don't want to evolve it. They're happy just repeating this drill over and over and looking cool, and then watching other people do it, and then it's turned into a cult. So yeah, this popularity thing it's a cult network, and um, that's the problem I have. I don't have a problem with Sumbrada, and I don't have a problem, obviously, with Balintawak, which I said is to me the same thing. I don't have a problem with Filipino martial arts. In fact, I love Filipino martial arts, and that's my main thing to this day is Filipino martial arts. So um, it's not the style, it's not the techniques, it's the way that it's turned into like this. Let's all look cool doing this drill. This cult attitude is the problem I have with it, without even really understanding what the heck it's for. How do we actually use it in a real life situation? And so my answer is you need to evolve it. Um, and when I say that, that's already a problem for some people, because when you say evolve, it sounds like why do you need to evolve it? It's perfectly fine the way it is. And you have the preconceived notion that when I say evolve something, that's because the original, there's something wrong with it. And no, that's not the way that I see it at all. Like I said, I love Filipino martial arts. It's still the main style that I practice to this day. So if I see that there's a problem with it, how could I still be um, practicing it and all that? What I'm saying is it needs to be evolved, not because there's something messed up with the original. No, it needs to be evolved because there's information lacking, is what I said. We've done a really good job passing this stuff on for generation to generation now. Some of these styles, hundreds of years. So we've done, to me, a really, really good job. But in some areas, we've passed along things very well, in my opinion, just my opinion. But in other areas, we didn't. There's just, like I said, information completely lacking, like in this case, Sumbrada. So that's why we need to evolve it in order to discover the reasons. And then the other reason for evolving it is so that we can, the environment that when this was created back then is not the same environment as today. So because of that, need to be evolved. I need to evolve it for where I am living today. And where I'm living today is not the same as where I was living, 15 years ago when I was in dangerous neighborhoods and stuff. That environment is not the same environment as the suburbia I live in today. So, it's the times have changed. So because of that, it needs to be evolved. And that's not saying that it's because there's something wrong with the original or, it's lacking. No, that's not what I mean. I feel like they created it back then and it was, they had made it perfect for back then. Okay. But now to fit me today, I need to evolve it for various reasons. All right. So that's what I'm saying. There is no disrespect to the style or the techniques. The disrespect or the problem I'm having is the way people are training. And because the way people are training it's turned into more about looking cool than it is about really figuring out how to use it for real life. That's the problem I'm having. That's my complaint. Okay. So anyway, as far as using the Sumbrada, how do we actually use it? So this, in my opinion, right, I've explained to you guys that in self-defense, it comes down to the diamond defense, which is long range, and the fiend method, which is close range. It comes down to either one or the other, right? That's what I've explained to you guys. Sumbrada, to me, exists in medium range. So this is the range where I've told you guys to avoid. We don't do anything there in medium range. But Sumbrada is medium range. Okay, Balintawak is even closer than that. But, I mean, you could still classify it as medium range, or you could classify it as like right before close range, that's what I would classify. So I would say that Sumbrada and Balintawak, which to me, like I said, let's just group them together, is in between the diamond defense, long range, and the fiend, which is close range. It's in between that. All right. So the reason why I believe the diamond defense and also the fiend, which both of those come from traditional Filipino martial arts. The diamond defense is me evolving the force-to-force block. The fiend is me evolving lock flow. Okay. So the reason why both of those are not really taught. Yes, the force-to-force block is obviously taught. That's how I learned it. And lock flow is taught, obviously. But not the way that I'm putting it, right? Not like the diamond defense and the fiend, not like that. And to say you use it here, you use it like this, to be very specific, like the way I've put it. No, it's not taught that way, right? Reason why is because I felt like this is information lost. And why was this information lost? Because it's basics. So imagine back then when they were doing this, and everybody in the village and the next village and the next village and the next village, everybody there in the Philippines is doing this, right? Then this is common knowledge. The basics everybody knows. So then are you going to really focus on the basics? Is that what you're really going to be teaching the next generation? No, because everybody knows it. So that's why I feel like it got lost, because everybody knew it at that time. But what happens when you come to a generation where they don't know it? Uh-oh, now we have a problem. Okay, so that's why to me, they didn't teach this stuff. And that's why I don't call myself a master, because what I'm teaching and what I practice is basics. To me, a master is someone that could do something that's like superhuman, like Krokop with his left high kick, or someone like, Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson, or you go into Masoyama or any of those guys. No matter how hard I train, I probably will not be able to do what those people do, because they got mastery. They got full mastery, and that was just something that they are able to do. I cannot mimic and become them. There's no matter how hard I try, I'm just not going to be able to be the next Bruce Lee, or I'm not going to be able to do the inch punch like Bruce Lee did. It's just only a small percent of the population can do that. So that's true mastery. That's a master, right? I am not. I am teaching basics. I practice basics. This is basics for the average person can do, and it's developed by me, the average person. So that's why I am not a master. And so I hope that logic makes sense. It's not that I'm trying to sound humble. It's logic, all right? So everybody knew this stuff. That's why they don't teach it. And so when you have two people that have mastered the diamond defense, okay, and they're going to battle it out on the battlefield, life and death, okay, and they both know the diamond defense to the best they could possibly do it, all right, how do you beat this other person that already knows the same thing you know? Well, you got to go into something that they don't know, right? You have to do something that's going to throw them off. So that's where Sumbrada comes in. You're not supposed to be in medium range. Well, guess what? I'm going to go into medium range, and I'm going to do it better than them. That is where Sumbrada was born, because they already knew. Everyone already knows diamond defense at the time. So then they're like, okay, we're going to do this new thing called Sumbrada. And these guys don't know it. So I'm going to kill them. I'm going to kill them because I know something they don't. But that's because this person understands. They already understand the basics. They understand diamond defense. They understand the fiend. Now they can employ Sumbrada. But if you don't understand the basics and you just try to do Sumbrada, I really don't think so. And even Sumbrada itself, I don't know if everyone can learn it and do it. It might be for only a small percent of the population. The small, the Bruce Lees of the class, not everyone can be that. Period. It's just, sorry, it's just a numbers game. Not everybody can do this. Whereas to the diamond defense and the fiend, everybody can. So that's why it kind of sickens me to see people practicing this high level stuff, and they're thinking that they could do it in a real life situation when they're not really understanding what it is they're practicing. So that's just my opinion, and it's just my detective work, my guess as to why historically, and leading all the way up to this day, why things are being taught the way they are. And now it's turned into a complete marketing thing, with this social media. We've gone in a really bad direction, in my opinion. But yeah, so well, once again, I, I am not against the techniques, the drills, or the style. I am 100% for it, but I am against the way that it's being practiced. And that's why I call mine B1 Escrima. B1 stands for basement level 1, underground. So get away from all that, you know, marketing and popularity and look at how cool I look. I'm trying to get away from all that, and I'd rather remain underground and work on stuff that I can use in real life. So that's it for now. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.